Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have got my take on the August Challenge Yourself theme, which is rainbows. So you could do however you want to interpret this. You could use actual rainbows somewhere on your layout. You could do what I did and used rainbow colored paper. As long as you have a picture of yourself somewhere on the page, you're good to go, because that's the main challenge of Challenge Yourself, is to put you on your scrapbook layout. So I'm actually making a 2-page layout, and it's going to be a Christmas themed layout because those are the pictures that I have printed right now since I was working on my December daily. And I printed out my photos. I already did a process video. You probably already saw it if you're following the channel. I did a process video with my December monthly pocket page. And then obviously I have other photos from December like these that I need to scrapbook as well. So that's what I'm doing. And because of the rainbow theme, I had this Doodlebug paper, and Doodlebug always has really nice rainbow patterns in each of their collections, including their Christmas one. So the Santa paper on the back, let me actually see if I have the branding strip so I can tell you what collection this is specifically. And of course I probably don't, because I tend to cut those strips off very quickly. No, that's Lawn Fawn. Well, I wish I could tell you, but I actually think the snowman and the striped rainbow paper that I use is actually probably not from the same collection. I think the striped rainbow is from Gingerbread Kisses by Doodlebug, which I do still have out on my desk. But I'm not sure about the snowman or the Santas. I don't know if that's from the same collection. It might be, it might not be. I don't even know how recent that collection is. But anyway, so I'm using the Santa as the background. I've got solid color red cardstock going down along the right-hand side of the page. And that's going to kind of mat those two photos that I cut down to 4x4 size. And then I have the rainbow striped on the diagonal going across the page. Just to make this 4x6 photo stand out a little bit more, I'm taking some blue paper and I'm matting the photo with that. And this is a pretty easy standard like 3-photo design, kind of creating a triangle with them. The two 4x4s are stacked on top of each other, and then the 4x6 is right next to it, and they're all kind of like within that stripy paper. I think the two 4x4s are going to extend above it a little bit and below it, the way that they are stacked. So yeah, that's kind of what this first page is all about. Very easy. You could stop it here. You don't have to do a second page if you don't have the photos for it. I of course did. These are photos from a German Christmas market that we went to at the beginning of December, and it used to be free to attend, but this year was the first year that they had to charge people to attend, which was fine. It is kind of annoying because then you get inside and there's other things that you have to pay money for, such as the pony rides and the carousel. Or I'm trying to think if there were other rides. What else? There was like a horse-drawn carriage ride that was also part of a ticket package. And I think there was one other thing, and I'm pretty sure we did it, but now I can't think of what it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so you had to spend a little bit of extra money. And then, of course, you had to buy food if you were going to be eating there. And then the whole point of it was to go shopping because there were all these different vendors selling things. So, of course, we did purchase a few things like a bath bomb from a local vendor. I feel like we might have purchased something else, but now I can't think of what it was. Anyway, that's what the Christmas market is. But it was really nice, really nicely done. Lots of photo opportunities. Santa was there, so I'm in the photo with Santa. That's the only photo of me on this 2-page spread. Everything else is my daughter riding the ponies, being on the carousel, taking pictures next to the photo ops that they had. We could put your face in and pretend to be Mrs. Claus or a snowman or whatever. And obviously, I would like to go back this year because it was very nice. But yeah, back to the layout itself. So I have these tags from the Doodlebug paper, and I decided to use the tags and use them as embellishments. So I have 2 overlapping down at the bottom, and I did ink the edges of all of the tags just to make them stand out a little bit more. The tag next to that 4x6 photo actually has Santa Claus on it, and there's another piece of this paper collection where that has a Santa on it. So I am actually going to fussy cut that and pop it up on top of that Santa so the whole thing looks like 3D. Down at the bottom there, I was trying to figure out, like, should I put a sentiment there? Some of the sentiments I have are, they weren't really the right colors. I have some leftover Pink Fresh sentiments that I've been using for my Christmas cards, and I have that rub-on transfer that I got as part of my July haul with all the December things. I know it's August. I'm trying to think. I obviously did not have an August haul for this month because why would I need to? I'm still working on all the December things. So we'll see how far along I get with them this month. Here I am fussy cutting out the little Santa, and I'm using my small little scissors that I got for free from scrapbook.com with an order. And I'm just going to take that little guy and pop him up on top of the tag. So the happy piece I'm keeping there up at the top because I think I want to use it. I'm just not totally sure if that's where I want it to go, but I'm just leaving it there as a reminder to myself to come back and check that out. I'm like, you know what, before I do any other embellishments and create the title, let me move on to the second page. That way I can kind of see how they're both going to come together. And the second page was kind of tricky because I didn't want to do just a mirror image. I had 4 photos to work with on this side, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I was thinking back to a 2-page layout that I had made based on a Scrapbook Generation sketch where you had the first side of it looks kind of more like a traditional layout, and then the second side is more of a grid style. And so that's what I was kind of thinking of with these 4x6 photos, which I'm now cutting down to 4x4 size. I couldn't really cut them down too much smaller because of how close the subject matter was in the pictures. I didn't want to be cutting off, my daughter's head too much or something like an important piece of the photo. I didn't want to be cutting things off too much. So I cut them down to 4x4 and I thought that was fine. And then I'm going to mat them onto the red cardstock. Probably not placing it there, don't worry, but I'm going to mat them onto the red cardstock. So bringing the background is the same, but bringing the same papers and patterns from the left-hand side onto the right-hand side in some way. And of course, what was left over from the red cardstock that I'd used on the left page, it just wasn't enough to do what I wanted to do. So I had to use a whole full sheet of another red cardstock, which is fine. I'll just use the leftovers on something else. Maybe the next layout you see will have the leftover red cardstock on it. So yeah, I'm just going to adhere these down so that I can make them matte. I'm kind of just looking around because I know obviously I want to use the striped rainbow paper on this side, and I'm looking at what I have left of that and how I can incorporate those leftovers somewhere on this page. And I think it might end up looking like these are 2 different layouts, but hopefully because I've used the same pattern papers and such, there will be some cohesiveness when we get to the both of them finished together. So while I am continuing to work on this scrapbook page, I guess I should tell you how to enter the Challenge Yourself Challenge for this month. Down in the description box, you'll find a link that will take you to the Challenge Yourself blog. You'll get to see what everybody on the design team created for this month's theme. You'll get to see what the prize is for this month. And then there will be a link tool where you can link up your entry for the challenge. So basically, if you've got a blog, you post your image, and write about your layout there on the blog, and then put that link into the link tool. You can also link up from Facebook. You can link up from Pinterest. You can link up from Instagram. Some people link up from scrapbook.com or Cherry on Top if you have those accounts. Or you can also enter by just going to the Challenge Yourself Facebook group, and under the challenge reveal post, you can add an image of your scrapbook layout in the comments. And then Sharon, who runs the Facebook group, will automatically upload that to the link tool on the blog. So lots of ways. It's really easy to enter these challenges, and it's really fun for me, I'm assuming the rest of the design team, to see what everybody creates, because there's so many different styles and so many different interpretations. So we'd love to see your take on the rainbows theme by entering for this month's challenge. Again, the link for the Challenge Yourself blog is in the description box below. Also, if you are not a subscriber to this channel, but you are liking this challenge theme and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on other challenges from this blog, subscribe to my channel, because every month I participate. For the most part, I think I missed 2 months this year, but for the most part I do participate in these, and so my videos will let you know when those reveals have gone live, and that means that you can start entering your layouts. You can enter more than one too. Some people do that, so it's up to you. Back to the layout. I've got 2 tags overlapped up in the corner. Again, to kind of mimic the 2 tags overlapped on the left-hand side. And I have added some candy cane striped washi tape on both sides, or I will. If I haven't yet done it on this side, I will be doing that right now. Hey, speak of the devil. Something else I should let you know, that if you are a returning subscriber that's watching this video, thank you so much for coming back and watching. And if you are enjoying this video in particular, give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, because it all helps the algorithm. I don't understand the algorithm, but it helps. So here's a little, here's an area where scrapbooking becomes dangerous. Brads. So these decorative brads, if you're just pushing them yourself through one layer of paper, it's really pretty easy. But because I was pushing through 2 layers of paper, I actually did stab myself in the finger and had to get a Band-Aid. So that's not super fun. That kind of hurts. I know that they have special tools that will poke a hole into the paper for you. I don't have one of those special tools. Maybe someone should get one for me. But I just want you to know that there are other options if you're using decorative brads and you have to like poke it through the paper. They do make tools that poke holes, or maybe wear like gloves or something to protect your fingers if you're going to do it like me without a special tool. I just did the rub on there for the happy word. I put it down at the bottom by those tags. Again, trying to keep things on both sides kind of similar. The washi tape, the patterns, the tags. On this side, I'm doing the journaling for all of these photos. I just had a leftover piece of paper, and I'm just gonna stick it right underneath the grid of photos, and then I'm writing down the date and what we did. And yes, you saw my daughter's hand. She was pointing something out on one of the photos. Yeah, maybe I should do and let her do another process video. I did that 1 month where I was like just really behind and there was not going to be any time for me to create one. So I just let her create one. So maybe I should let her do that again, so you guys can get some inspiration from an 8-year-old. So these are the 2 pages together. There will be close-up photos to follow, just so that you can see things in a little more detail. One thing that you won't see is that after the fact, I ended up adding in a few enamel dots, some green enamel dots, mainly around where those decorative brads are and around the title, just, groups of 3s, where the journaling was. I just felt like it needed a little bit of something extra. Now, my titling here is the rub-on word happy, and then I'm also adding the German word fröhliche, which is, I guess, a way to say happy. Auf Deutsch, if you were to say Merry Christmas, you would say Fröhliche Weihnachten. This is a Weihnachtsmarkt because it's a Christmas market. That's how they say it in German. So the title is sort of like Fröhliche, happy. Both words, maybe you could just say it's the one word, but in 2 languages as the title, I was like, maybe I could do Weihnachten or Christmas, or like have both English and German. And I was like, I don't think I have enough alpha stickers for that. So I'm just keeping it as it is. These are the 2 pages and these are the close-ups. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it inspiring, and that you show us your take on the rainbows theme, but don't forget to include a photo of yourself somewhere on the layout. Thanks so much for watching, and follow me here on social media. Bye.